It's been 21 years that you died, and whose heart will carry the memories of your presence long after you have departed this world? Or will you fade into the silence of the forgotten echoes? A thought provoking question. Trigger warning, this is a very sensitive topic and a vulnerable post. I've been having the urge to do a video on this because I've been having episodes of remembrance. There might be people who are out there looking for closure after losing a loved one or a family member. This post is dedicated to you all. Recently, I had a dream about my mom. So, backstory, I lost my mom when I was 6. That's like 21 years ago. So I was literally like a little girl. Didn't really know what's up. Didn't really know what it feels like or what it really was to lose your mom or a parent. In my dream, she died all over again. And this time around, it was really, really painful because I'm and my siblings, we were pretty grown in this dream. You know, when you are small and you lose someone, you do not really feel it like that, right? So my experience, she died. We lost her, and my dad came back home without my mom, and I was looking everywhere. Where is my mom? I didn't see her. I saw people around me, neighbors, friends of the family, members of the family. They were all crying and wailing and looking at me and my siblings because we were pretty young. I'm not saying I'm not telling this story to get sympathy. I'm just sharing my own story on grief and trauma. We had these people staring at us. Oh, she left these young children. How are they gonna cope? How are they gonna cope? They just you see people coming into the room and just look at you and shake their head and start crying. So I saw adults mourning the death of my mom, and I just pretended to do what they were doing. I forced myself to cry. I forced myself to, just feel something because everyone around me was doing it, not really knowing the impact. Afterwards, there were times I would dream, oh, mommy, why couldn't why couldn't we take her to this powerful man of God to raise her back from the dead? I mean, we see all these things on TV, and I just kept thinking about it. Why could it not be done? It can still be done. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years after her death, I kept thinking about it till I started telling myself, she's already gone, she has already decayed, and it's not possible anymore. And so I just lived my life. Yeah, every now and then, I think about her when I cross a milestone. Physically, I look a lot like my mom. Even some features, I look a lot like her. So when I attain a particular thing in my life, I win a battle, life battle, I achieve something, I cross a milestone, I'll remember her, and it gets me all emotional. Still, the impact wasn't so much because I had not grieved, right? Back to the dream that I had. So I had this dream, and my mom died all over again, and my siblings, we were in the dream together, and it was so painful, very painful. I woke up from that dream and I was shattered. It was as if the scale in my eye just fell off, and I had come to reality that my mom is really not here. This is me experiencing this as an adult, right? I woke up that morning, I went about my daily business, and by the end of the day, I was talking to my husband. I'm like, "Ah, I had a dream. Oh." I told him about the dream. And I told him about the dream and I was struggling, right? I was struggling to remember bits of my mom. I was struggling like I had forgotten about her. I'm a very imaginative person. I always say, it's in my mind. I cannot forget. It's in my head. It's in my mind. I struggled to remember the face of my mom. I struggled to remember the from my brain or the mental picture of how she sounded when she talked, how she was, her mannerisms and everything. I struggled to remember and that pained me, guys. That hurt me all over again. Like, what are you doing? You forgotten mommy? Mommy's fading away. Mommy's fading away. I think it's Coco, that cartoon Coco, right? When they say in the other world where people die, right? When people die, they fade away when their loved ones stop thinking about them. Ah, ah, it was a cartoon, but I mean that stuck with me, and I'm like, so somebody can just come to this world, live a beautiful life of impartation and everything. She lived it. She lived. Everybody had good things to say about her. It's just unfortunate that sometimes the good ones do not stay for long. You know, it really hurt me. It hurt me like it broke my heart. Like I'm beginning to forget mom. Like what have I been doing all this while and all? I broke down. I broke down and mourned my mom properly for the first time after how many years? 21 years. It broke my heart. And I said, no, it's why I'm a very digitalized person. Like before I capture all my memories, I try to capture my memories. I try to capture every interesting moment because in years to come, you can always go back to those memories, even when the person is not there anymore. Now, going back to when she died, this was how many years ago? Technology and this phone technology was not really, prominent. It wasn't a thing then. It was just black. You know how olden days pictures are like now. And when we were growing up, we're not so careful. I didn't really have the sense to say, oh, let me just save all these pictures. We saved them up at some point, but you know how hard copy pictures can be if you don't keep them, even if you keep them in a photo book, sometimes the heat makes them gummy and all. Now I ask myself this question: what's left of my mom? My memory is failing me. I cannot forget my mom. I can't forget my mom. I love her so much. I wish she was here. I mean, when I got married, she wasn't there, and when I graduated from university, I she wasn't there too. I'm not saying she wasn't there to be angry that she left me all alone. She wasn't there because I wanted her to see how far I have come. I know she'll be proud of me, and it's just so painful. It's just so painful. So painful. And so when she died, I made a vow to God that God, my mom paid the sacrifice for everybody in my family. Nobody can die untimely again. It's a covenant I have with Him, and I know that God is faithful. He's a covenant keeping God. She made so many sacrifices, and none of us will die before our time. Mommy already paid that price, and so shall it be in Jesus' name. Amen. The impact of losing somebody very dear to you is disastrous. Is this disastrous? This is just um a word for anyone who has lost a loved one in the past or recently. You can never really heal fully, but hold on to the memories of them and they live on in your hearts. Hold on to the digital memories or the physical memories because sometimes your mental memory can fail you. I'm a believer of, you know, keeping in touch with my old self. It just reminds me of where I'm coming from and where I'm going or where I want to be. I do not forget the past. I do not joke with old memories. They are very, very, very valuable to me. I hold on so dearly to them because they are special to me. My mommy, my mom is not a, my mom is not here, but she forever lives in my heart. Whew. So this is a tribute to my mom, um, Bridget Osayame Ago. Uh, it's been 21 years that you died, and I just want to say that I miss you every now and then, and we're all grown. We're all grown now. You know, you left when we were so small and didn't know what the world was like, or didn't know how we're going to fare without you. But Daddy did a pretty good job. He married again, and she did her absolute best to bring us up the way you would have brought us up. And I miss you. I still miss you. I love you, and um, you live such a great life on earth. You still inspire me, even in death. I hope to follow your footstep, like walk in your footstep, in the sense that you were patriotic and you're a good person. We don't get to say that about a lot of people these days, but you were a good person. You loved so hard. You were you, you shared joy wherever you went. You helped a lot of people that you could help. You shared your faith. So we're all grown now, and it's a beautiful thing to behold. I know that if you were here, you'd be so proud of how far we've come and your values. You know what you wished for that we would have as your children. God sustained and brought that to reality. So keep pressing on. I love you so much. It is amazing how people see me and remember you. It's amazing, honestly. People see me and remember you, like a carbon copy of your mom and stuff like that. It's an honor to look like you and have people see me and remember you, and just honor you even in death. I love you so much, mom. I'm not done. The person that I was born to become, I really trust God that I would fulfill my destiny. He will give me the strength to fulfill my destiny. I cannot just stop saying that I love you and love you. Sometimes I feel so guilty, like I don't want to forget about you, and that's why I'm doing this video to document my thoughts. We're going there. I love you so much. I still miss you. I miss you so much. I wish you were here, but you're not here. But I cherish the memories that I have of you. I love you so much. I love you so much. Okay? I love you. We all love you here. Alright, I think that's enough. You're not here on my wedding day. It was awesome. Even when I start having children, it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna tell your grandchildren about you and make sure they don't forget you either. So help me God. So I'm gonna be sharing how I go through this process and how I turn it from being negative to being positive. This is how not to forget them, or how to handle bereavement, acceptance. I would say when you accept what has finally happened to you, it just gives you the grace to move on with what comes next. You've accepted it. Some people feel guilty when their loved one died. They feel angry. Why did you leave me? We had we had so many plans together, and you left me in the middle of it. You left the kids alone with me. How am I going to survive? Some even feel relieved for some reason. Their death just brought relief to you. But whatever it is, the first step to handling death or losing a loved one is to accept what has happened. It gives you the grace to move on or to have a little bit of closure. The next thing that would help you handle trauma or bereavement is you seeking support from the Holy Spirit, seeking support from friends and family. Don't stay alone. The devil might want to put a lot of thoughts in your head. Why not just go and join them, or why not just go and join mom? Things like that is why you need a very good support system. Although some people who have not experienced losing a loved one might not really know how to console you, but if you see that they keep coming around, just wanted to be around you, doing things to make you happy, appreciate them. It's their own way of supporting you. Don't isolate yourself, okay? If it's so bad, you then in this part of the world we do not really encourage, or we do not really buy into the idea of doing therapy, but talking helps. I tell you, it's something that have helped me in my life. Sharing my thoughts, writing down my thoughts, talking about things I'm going through. And once I've talked about it, I forget about either the happiness or the pain it brings. Do you really ever heal? It's a process. Some people do not ever heal. You cannot really heal completely. Your the death of a beloved one leaves a huge impact in your life. So it's gradually. Take it at your own time. Take it step by step. Don't stay there. Move on. Okay. You cannot totally move on, but move on. That's all I can say with that. The honoring memory part, this is what I really want to share with you. How I handle honoring my mom's memory. This particular steps I do now. I hope it will be able to help someone out there. The first thing I do is a conscious memory. I consciously think about my mom. I consciously remember her so that I do not forget. But the human brain, as you grow older, you're living life here on earth, you're passing through a lot of your own thing. You understand? So there's a tendency that you can forget the past, you can forget that loved one, but consciously remembering that person can help you honor that memory. The conscious memory includes mental remembrance and digital remembrance. Take a lot of pictures with your loved one. Take a lot of capture your memories when they're angry, when they're happy, every reaction. Try and document it. I'm not saying they're gonna die soon, but it tells it when they are gone. It tells their story of how they were when they were alive. So go through pictures, videos, save them to your iCloud, save them to your Google Drive, save them to platforms like YouTube, Facebook. Years to come, you can still go there and download these things. Another way I honor my mom's memory is journal. So this is for iOS. When I updated my phone, it came with a journal, and it's so amazing. I've been using it. It's been helping me to document my feelings and just my life generally. I write my thoughts. Whenever I remember my mom, I just it's so catchy, it's sleek. You can add pictures, you can add voice notes, the dates are there. So whenever I just think about her, I just go to my journal, I write it. If you're too lazy to write, there's an audio aspect where you're speaking and Google is typing it for you. Just document it. If you don't want to use the digital or online one, you can use your physical journal book. It's the same thing. It just helps you document how many times you think about your loved one. And sometimes going through your journal self, you'll be happy. Oh, I wrote this. Oh, there was a time I was feeling like this. Things like that. It has really helped me. I journal about her a lot these days. And again, is memorials. You can honor your loved one by doing a memorial for them, where everybody just comes together and everybody says their own personalized experience with that person. It helps with closure. It helps with closure. Some people do projects. They go to the orphanage, they link up with other people who have lost their moms or their dads or their spouse or their sibling, or building something and naming it after your loved one. That's a good way to honor their memory or your loved one's memory. So I really hope that with this point, it can help someone out there who's grieving. Trust me, your lost loved one does not want your life to stop. They want you to move on. They want you to be happy. They want you to live your life as though as they were there. So then don't get stuck in the trauma. Don't get stuck in sadness. There's a whole life ahead of you. Just cling, hold on to the memories of these people. So live life and honor the memory of your loved one.
This is the end of the video. I hope that this has encouraged someone out there. My name is Patricia Warren, and I film about life, I film about relatable content, I film about lifestyle, I film about faith, I film about family, and everything in between. Please like and subscribe to my channel.